Shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechaha Kodash, to the apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor, Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect, Shalom. We're here with a quick little video I want to do, talking about there's no free will. For the past 2 weeks, I've been having trouble with some of the milk scriptures talking about free will, and it just been getting me stopped up and confounding me. Like the brother told me, I haven't been feeding my spirit. I've been feeding the carnal man too much, and he got a great point with that. So, Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai put it on my spirit to come do this lesson real quick to help feed not only myself, but potentially another brother or sister who's new into the faith that doesn't know that there really is no free will. Just like it has in this picture, God, who we know his true name is Yahweh, the puppet master is in charge. Yahweh will cause people to act out of character to create a space for you to come into, to create a space for you to come into your place. Now, he's not going to get nobody to act out of character. You are what you are. Just like the scriptures say, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. If you wicked, you're just going to have a wicked spirit, man. Everyone plays their lots, is what I'm trying to say. But that's not really what I want to go into today. Like I said, this is more of a free will. This is more for free will than lots right now. But that first statement is true. Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is like a puppet master who's guiding people the direction he wants them to go. I mean, everyone makes plans for the next day or 2 weeks from now or some kind of long distance term to where we're going to do this day, we're going to do that day, or we're going to do this tomorrow. Some people say Lord willing. Some people just go on about their day like Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is not there and they just have all this free time to do anything. But the point is, Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is the one directing everyone's step. You don't have free will to do what you want. Because there's going to be days where you want to do something and you don't do it. I mean, you done set up for it like, hey, Friday I'm going to do this, this, and this. Then all of a sudden Friday, maybe your car break down. Or maybe you get sick. Or maybe you just change your mind and be like, oh, you know what? Never mind. I ain't going to do that. What people don't realize, that was all the plan of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai to make sure you don't do what you feel like you want to do because free will doesn't exist. So with that said, just go ahead and get into these scriptures. I'm going to start here. Job 33:15-17. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep followed upon man, slumbering upon their bed, then he, who is the he, Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai, opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction, that they may withdraw from his purpose and hide pride from man. And this scripture is going into how, like I said, you might think you're going to do this or do that the next day, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is the one that's going to direct your steps. He's going to move you to however he sees fit. So in your heart, in your mind, we know the heart in Hebrew is la'ah, meaning mind. You might making plans for tomorrow, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai has already sealed instructions to what you're going to do. So if you think you're going to go to work, he already put it into where, hey, no, you're going to do this. Well, I want to go hang out with this person. No, you're going to go do that. So free will doesn't exist because Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is already sealing instructions in us and what we're going to do. That's him taking away the pride, the purpose of man. Matter of fact, let's get that word purpose. Because a lot of people still feel that it's it's that it's their free will to do all these things, but trying to deny the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai that says he's gonna take away that purpose. And you're gonna do what he wants you to do. Cause it been plenty of time for me, man. I remember before coming into the truth where it be days I want to do stuff, and the day get there and I just don't do it, or something come up to where I can't do it, and I probably don't get to it till next week. That was Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai taking that purpose away from me, showing me that no, I don't have power or mastery over myself. All right, the word purpose, Strong 84639.
Strong's H 4639. Ma'asai. Ma'asai.
Ma'asah. A deed, a work, deed, things done, act, work, labor, business, pursuit. Yeah, undertaking, enterprise, achievement, deeds, work of deliverance and judgment, work, things made, work of God, the product. And the Strong's definition, an action, good or bad, generally a transaction, abstractly, activity by implication, a product, specifically a poem, or generally property, an act, art, bakement, business, deed, doing, labor. Yeah, he takes you from your own labor. He takes the purpose from you. So no one is doing what they truly want to do. We're all following the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai, the greatest puppet master there ever was. Or will be. Let me say that. Will show you there is no free will. We're going to go into some more scripture that help shows that. To back this up. All right. We're going to go Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's going of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Yeah, how can you understand your own way when your going is of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai? When you sleep, he already seals your instruction for the next day. Heck, it don't even have to be the next day. Just once you close your eyes and wake back up, what you really gonna do? If you think you're gonna just get back up and say, all right, I done woke up. Let me just go run these streets right quick. Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai already in the sealed instruction that if you're not going to go, you're not going to go. So there is no free will because Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai has already sealed instructions on how you're going to move. That's why this scripture said, man going is of the Lord. Yeah, it's his way or no way. You don't know your own way because Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai is the one that's directing your step. Matter of fact, let's get this in another translation. Start in the AMP. Man's step are ordered and ordained by Yahweh. How can a man fully understand his own way? Yeah, it ordered and ordained, meaning they already set. Remember, he created the end in the beginning. So the end was already preordained to happen. He already set up how he wanted to go. You can't say he's all powerful and set an end up, then let people go the way that doesn't get to the finish line that he wants. That makes no sense. Which shows you that Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai has to be running everything because he's all powerful. You can't be all powerful and you can't even control the things you created. You can't resist the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Hawashai. He's the one who's making sure that everything you do goes after whatever plans he has for you, whether they be good or for bad. What that was, Let's go to that story in First Kings, where Yahweh by Shema Shai had set that king up to Paris. I think it was in First King. Let's try that. Salaki, I think it was First Kings 22, I believe. Let's go down. Should be at 19. Yeah, First Kings 22, starting at verse 19. And Mayaka continued, therefore hear the words of Yahweh. I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne with all the multitudes of heaven standing around him on his right and on his left. And Yahweh said, who will entice Ahab? Let me go to the KJV. Salakia. I ain't even pay attention to that. No wonder it was looking kind of thrown off to me. And he said, hear the words. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of Yahweh. I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall on Ramoth Gilead? Question mark. See? Where's the free will at in that? If he already got it to where this man is gonna die. Where's the free will? He didn't choose where he was gonna be put to death. Yahweh by Shema Shai had already done it. And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth the spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? Question mark. And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail. Also go forth and do so. So see, you're being led by Yahweh by Shema Shai, whether for good or for bad. And we know he ended up being smoked, put to death. That's because Yahweh by Shema Shai already had plans for that. That's why the scripture said, man's going is of the Lord. You think if he knew he was going to die that day, he was going to go out there? No. Because there is no free will. Yahweh by Shema Shai runs everything. You can even go back to the book of Job. When Job went through all that hell with Satan, that was Yahweh by Shema Shai. That was his doing. Matter of fact, that's where the scripture come from. Job already knew that all the hell that he was going through, the tribulation, those tough times, was Yahweh by Shema Shai. But he also knew Yahweh by Shema Shai is the only one that can save him out of it. So to say there's free will is asinine, because you're denying the power of Yahweh by Shema Shai. You're saying, I can make my own choice. Yahweh by Shema Shai is not all powerful, when he's all powerful. Scripture says there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can't do. So why do you think controlling you wouldn't be one of those things, man? Proverbs 16:1. When a brother brought out the night, and it really hit my spirit. This is Proverbs 16:1. The preparation of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh by Shema Shai. Yeah. In your mind, you might prepare to do something. You might want to do it. You might prepare to say certain things. But whatever come out of your mouth is going to be the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. That goes double for those of us who feel like we're of that number of the elect. Remember, the scripture said it's going to come a point where they take us in front of judges, and the Lord say, hey, don't worry about what you're going to say, because I will put in your mouth what you're going to say. And this scripture is showing you. You might think you're going to say one thing, but Yahweh by Shema Shai is going to say another. Matter of fact, let's get this in the translation too. I seen one day. Yeah, in the ERV. People might plan what they want to say, but it is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua who gives them the right words. See? You can plan all day what you want to say. Or even lessons. Sometimes you might plan, practice, might prepare, get your scriptures together, set it up how you want to, get it all straightened out of how it's gonna go. Then Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua just take you into a whole nother direction. Why? Because he's the one who's running the show. He's the one who has everything already planned out. That's why they call these scriptures a script. This is his script. This is his play. This is his movie. And we're going to basically act it out the way he wants to. There is no such thing as free will. No one can resist the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. I don't care what they tell you. They can say, oh, I wanted to do that. You didn't want to do nothing. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua had already ordered for you to do it. Whether it was for good or for evil. Especially the stuff going on now in the world where you see all these nations battling against each other. All this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Remember, Yahushua said when he come back, he ain't coming to bring no hugs and kisses. He coming to bring a sword. He coming to bring the vision. Father against mother, mother against sons, father against daughter. He bringing division of households, division of kingdoms, and heck, division of political views. The things we're seeing today that's going on in MAGA, that's going on with the Democrats and the Republicans, how everybody at each other's throat, with the EU and NATO and United States. All this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua that's turning these people against each other, which shows you there is no free will. But, man, I hope this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Shalom.